teachable characteristics. Yeah, when you have these teachable characteristics in Waxer, you are going to unveil the hidden potentials that are in you as a woman, as a young girl. So we are just out there to empower women and leaving them more better than how we met them. Yeah.
All right, that's so amazing. Thank you so much. That's exactly what Waxer does in communities. There was a time I followed you on Facebook.
Okay.
We talked about there was a discussion between condom and pad. One is that phrase. It was so sweet a phrase.
Yeah.
Menstruation is an option, or is it? It's not a choice.
It's not a choice, but condom rather is a choice. Why? Because menstruation is not something that you decide. It's a natural something.
Exactly.
But condom, I decide if I want to have sex to use condom. And we discover that in our society, pads are being sold, whereas condom are given for free. Whereas that's not how it's supposed to be. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. So today we are talking about women's mental health and mood swings during menstruation.
Yeah.
Women, because it is the sister cycle, and menstruation is only for women.
Yeah, it's only for women. It's only for women, but it's not a thing basically just only for women.
Exactly.
Yes, women do experience it, but men also, they have a role to play when it comes to menstruation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what are some common emotional changes women and girls experience during menstruation?
All right. Some of the common, before we'll move to that, since we are talking on mood swings and mental health during menstruation, many people will be like, they know about mood swing. They don't really know what mood swings is all about. Mood swings normally is an emotional state of mind.
Good.
Yes, that's it's like unpredictable. It happens. Let's say, for example, at a particular moment you're happy, and another particular moment you're sad. Yes, it makes you unpredictable. And now we are talking on mood swing and mental health during menstruation. And now talking on some of the emotional changes that occur during menstruation. The first one we have is the mood swings itself.
Yes.
Yes, we discover that during menstruation, a lot of mood swings. There are some women that they have mood swings. We have irritability. Yes, we find some women when they are menstruating, they are just being angry. Yes, they are just being angry unnecessarily. They are just being angry, and we talk about the mood swing. And when we discover that a woman or a young girl is at the stage of mood swing during menstruation, we should just understand that it is natural.
Yes.
Yes, it happens due to the changes of hormonal balance
within her system.
In our system. And this used to happen when there's a low of estrogen in a woman's body. Yes, when there's a lower percentage of estrogen in a woman's system, you discover that this woman, at times, the woman is just like emotionally disturbed. You see the woman is not really happy, or at some point in time you see the woman being happy. When you discover that as a man, or whoever you're beside a woman, when you discover such a situation, just know that it's normal, it is natural. But now, stay on the line, we are going to talk on how to manage all such situation. Yeah.
All right, and we are talking about it side by side, mental health.
Yeah.
So can we say, being in that situation, your mood is swinging for 3 to 5 days, because some period lasts 3 days, others 5 days, your mood is swinging, does it have something to do with the woman's mental health for those days?
Yes, it has something to do. And like you have said, it's something that is not permanent.
Exactly.
It's a temporary something.
Exactly.
Yes, it happens just some few days in a month. It happens monthly and in a few days. And talking about a woman's mental health, when it happens like that, you discover that there are some women that, like, we are fighting again. We are talking about the stigma. We are trying to remove the stigmas on menstruation. There are some women that it affects their emotions, in a sense that when they are menstruating, they feel like they are not belonging. They always feel like they are not belonging. They feel like it's not something that is supposed to happen, or they are not supposed to do this thing. Or maybe, let's say, for example, you're in the office and you're menstruating. You always feel like you should not do something or you should not interact, and you will always want to isolate yourself. And you know, when you're isolating yourself, I can cite an example. While I was growing up, I think the age of 15, 16, like that, while I was menstruating, I did not really, I was not opportune to have such knowledge on menstruation. So at that period, whenever I'm on my period, early in the morning, I will sleep until 9, 10 before I wake up from bed.
From bed that morning.
So my father always walked to me because he knows me as someone who always get up very early. So when he noticed, he came one day to the room and asked, "Mother, why you sit there for bed?" I just say, "Papa, I know they fine." He just laughed. Nada will not see. So
he understood.
Yeah, he understood as a father.
That's why we need men to come along with us during this period.
That's it. So at that point in time, I was already like being emotionally disturbed. I was already worried. You know, my normal activity that I used to do when I wake up, when it's early morning, I always get up, do my house chores.
Yes.
But at that point, I was menstruating. I always find myself
wanting to.
I just want to
shy away from
others and so on. So those are some of the things that are affecting women emotionally.
Yes. And it affects the mental health during that period. So you were just talking about your father helping you all through the period. So we want to find out how partners, friends, and family members can support women and girls, especially during that period when the moods are swinging.
Yes. Okay, that's a very peculiar question. We live in a society where there's a lot of stigma, there's a lot of shame when it comes to menstruation.
Okay.
Now, family members, friends, colleagues, partners, being a man, being a boy, a woman, a mother, a father, it is time for us to come in to support our young girls, our women that are menstruating. It is not a time for us to make them to shy away or to feel ashamed. Now, let's say, for example, a man, you have a wife in the house, and your wife, it's a monthly flow. And now you discover that at that period, when it's your wife's monthly flow, you discover that she always feels isolated, or there are some people that they will have swollen breasts, or they'll have pain on their breast. They'll feel like
loss of appetite.
Like me, for example, when I'm menstruating,
the appetite goes.
The truth is that I cannot sit for long.
You're just fidgeting around.
Yes, I cannot sit for long, and I always feel a type to travel, especially in a longer distance. I always feel like if I travel, when I want to wake up, something will just. So all those things. Now, as a husband, as a man, as a friend, as a parent, we come now to assist those who are on the menstruation. Let's say, for example, your wife is menstruating. It's time for you to assist them in house chores.
In house chores.
Yes, we assist them.
Let's assume she's that type that during that period she decides to just be alone on the bed.
Yes.
The chores are there.
Yes, we need to
as a
assist
man,
them.
You can help.
And another way is for us to help them to take care of themselves.
Good.
Yes, there are some people when they are menstruating, they just like, even to take a bath is very difficult for them.
Yes.
As a husband, what's your role to play now when it comes to this menstruation? It's for you. It's not difficult for you to even go and
warm the water
for your wife to, baby, come and take your shower, or even warm the food and dish a food, assist her to eat.
3 to 5 days and it's gone. Let her just have a baby girl treatment around that period.
Exactly. And when we see that, maybe in the house, it happens that maybe your wife or your sister or whatsoever is stained with blood on the body. It's not for you to body shame that person. Don't like, hey,
we're coming to society now.
Good. What is happening? What happened? It is time for you to assist them. It is not difficult for you as a husband to go to the shop and buy parts for your wife. Or as a father, go to the shop and buy parts for your wife,
for your children.
And what I've noticed is our parents are shying away from menstrual education, from educating our young girls on menstruation. Parents are supposed to, especially mothers, we are supposed to educate our young girls on menstruation. If you go to most homes, most family, you hardly hear a mother or a father sitting and educating the young girls on menstruation.
And it's left to you people, community workers.
That's it. There are some children that, like now, will be carrying out on the 28th of this month, we'll be carrying out our outreach to commemorate this day. at Trusted Creative, my nursery and primary school.
Good.
It's a primary school.
Yes.
And we are doing it. Most of them, they don't, especially from class 4 to class 6, there are some that they have not, they don't know about menstruation. Their
and
parents
they're getting to that age.
Yes, their parents have never educated them about menstruation. Now we are going there to enlighten them, for them to understand what menstruation is all about, the hygienic condition, what you are supposed to do and what you are not supposed to do. So parents are supposed to come in to assist their younger ones, those that are menstruating, educate them on the hygienic method. There are some that they don't know how to follow the hygienic method. So parents, husband, brothers and sisters, they should come in to educate the young ones or even the women on menstrual hygiene methods.
All right, we talked about community, we talked about the stigma, and we understand that it's very common in communities.
Yeah.
And maybe that is why organizations like WACSE and other organizations are putting hands on deck to ensure that that stigma in communities is wiped out completely. So I want to find out, how does society's stigma around menstruation impact women's health, the health of the girl child and of that woman?
When it comes to community, like I cited an example, let's say a young girl, like there was a sketch I watched online.
Okay.
A young girl was heading to an interview and she was putting on a white skirt. On the street she was walking and she didn't know that her skirt was stained with blood. So while she passed a mother, the mother turned and looked at her, she was stained and she fell back. She hurriedly took her loin to tie the lady, but the lady didn't understand what the mother was doing. The mother could not communicate with her because people were around. So the mother thought that using the loin, the lady would easily understand what happened. So the lady could not understand and the lady was like being very rude to the mother, and the mother felt really bad. So this lady went straight to that office, went to the counter and was asking about the interview. So the boss was not around. So immediately when the boss was entering and saw the lady from the back and saw that lady, she was already stained. And when the boss came, "Who are you?" She introduced herself. And the boss was like, no, you're disqualified. The lady was like, what have I done? You have not even checked my file. You have not. The man told her that you are disqualified. Deep inside of that man just had the thought that the lady is not careful enough. Good, that the lady is not careful enough. Now, talking about society, how society can play an impact in menstruation. This is a situation where if we discover that a lady is menstruating or a lady has been stained with blood, it is not a place for us to stigmatize this lady or this woman, or to like start laughing or being in the classroom provoking her. No. Even in the classroom, I know there are some students that are watching, being in the university, being in the secondary school. Even you are a boy and you discover that a lady is stained with blood, even if you have a pullover, whatever thing that you have, whatever means that you have just to protect, even in the market or wherever in the church, just look for a way that you can cover her, rather than you tapping your friend and pointing at the lady and you both laugh. And just imagine when that lady turn or realize that they are laughing at her, that's already a problem. That's already a stigma.
Yes.
Good. I remember that's last week when I went to this Trusted, the girls that we are supposed to talk with. I asked, who are those? I was there with my colleague. I asked, who are those who are menstruating? And everybody was like, "Madam, no."
Yeah, only to first of all answer that at this age I can. That's it.
"Madam, no, I'm Madam, she's menstruating. Madam, this one is menstruating." And there was a, "Who told you that I'm menstruating?" Whereas she is menstruating.
Yeah,
so
she has gotten to that age.
She has gotten to that age, but to open up now is a problem. So I just laughed a bit and I walked to them. I told them that menstruation is not stigmatized. Menstruation is not something that you should be shy or should be ashamed. It's something that you should be proud of. I went to them. I asked, "Who are those who are menstruating?" "Madam, I'm menstruating." This person said, "I'm menstruating."
Or maybe it's because you asked it publicly and openly.
That's it.
They wanted you to just fidget in their ears.
That's what I noticed.
Of which is a general,
it's a general something. Yes. So why I was asking, the boys that were around, they were like, so they are started menstruating all the like, and the girls were like very, very shy. So these are the kind of thing boys, men should not like make the ladies around them to be shy, or they should not make them to be stigmatized. Exactly. Menstruation is something, it's a natural something.
Very,
it's not something that we should be shy away, and it's not something that there is a myth that a menstruation should not be talked openly, or should not be talked.
I see it on your t-shirt. Hello, good. I'm menstruating. Let's see. Hello, I'm menstruating.
It's something that yes. we have to tell the world that you are menstruating. Exactly. It's not something that you should be shy of. Exactly. It's not something that we should be afraid or ashamed.
It's natural with women.
If you are a woman, you are not menstruating,
there is a problem.
There is a problem.
Yes, you have to.
There is a problem. Wherever you go, they ask. Even when you are on your period, I'm that kind of a person. Whenever I'm menstruating, those who are around will always know.
You fidget with yourself?
Yeah, no, I was just like, whenever I'm on my period there, I make them to know, yes, even when I'm sitting with my friends, boys, I make them to know that I am on my period. Yes. It's not something that I should be shy away from, or I should be like ashamed. No, it's a natural something that happened to all the women and the girls.
All right, thank you so much. She is Yudaline Favondoa, CEO of Wax, and today we are talking about women's mental health and mood swings during menstruation. Before we take a short break, I want to just find out a little bit about your community outreach. Okay. When you go into communities, you meet young girls, you want to start telling them about, hello, I'm menstruating. Yeah. How do you start the discussion? Aside from just asking Paula, hello, who is menstruating? How do you start the discussion?
All right, I start the discussion first by talking about what menstruation is all about.
Yes.
Because truthfully, there are some young girls that they don't know what menstruation is all about. I first of all start by telling them what menstruation is all about. I tell them menstruation is a gift to women and girls.
Yes.
If you are a woman, you are not menstruating, or if you reach a certain age and you are not menstruating, it means that you have a very big problem. And it will be
we are not talking about menopausal women here. Yes. We talk about the normal age before you get into menopause.
Good. So I always tell them that it is menstruation is something that is natural. And when it comes, you need to be proud. You need to be proud of yourself, because menstruation comes with a lot of dignity. So I try to encourage them that when it happens, when you're menstruating, you should not be shy away. You should always feel free among people. Don't be like, no, I am menstruating, I have to isolate myself. No. So then when we get into the community, after trying to talk a little bit about the menstruation, we move now to the menstrual hygiene management
point of
it. We try to educate them on the menstrual hygiene. There was one time, I think 2021, that we taught them how to sew or to use the reusable part. Yes. Because there's another type of part called the reusable part. So we taught them on how to sew and how to use them. So they were very, very interested, because most of these young girls, since they are students, some of them, they don't even, and some in the communities in this,
they may not
afford money to have money to buy all these sanitary parts. So we taught them on how to produce a reusable part, and they were very, very interested. So finding them being interested, now we walk in now to talk more about the menstruation, and they were and when we start talking about menstruation, we move to ovulation, we move to menstrual cycle, how to calculate your menstrual cycle. You see them finding it very interesting, and from there now we take them off.
All right. And again, too, on our screen, we noticed that you've done a lot of outreach activities. After all this discussion, do you actually give them the pad? You have a pant, you have a pad, and teach them, maybe the first timers, on how to use?
Yes. After all the education, we give them pads.
Go practical.
We distribute pads, sanitary and reusable pads, and we teach them on how to use the pads.
Exactly.
Like the sanitary pads, before you use the sanitary pads, you remove from the packets.
Obviously.
And when you remove from the packets, there is a plastic there from that part that you have to first of all remove the plastic from both sides of the pads. You remove the plastic and you place it straight in your pants. So we always teach them.
I like the demonstration. Yes. As if we have one here.
Yes.
I wish we had.
At times, even when I'm putting on a trouser, I come with a new pants.
Yes. And a pad.
And a pad. I have to put on the pants.
Okay.
And I teach them on how to.
Okay.
Because there are some
when the pants is on your body halfway.
There are some that they will turn the parts in the opposite way, whereas that's not a correct way. And there are some that they don't know how to use. There was one time in my 17, one of my friends is there, they said one lady was passing and the parts came out.
That is it. That is why I'm coming
if
up with
we
this
don't
discussion.
teach this young how to use the parts, definitely
they may be using it
wrongly, which will bring a lot of embarrassment.
Further embarrass themselves in the process.
So we teach them on how to use the part, and the reusable parts, we teach them on how to use it. And the reusable part takes a lot of hygienic conditions.
Exactly.
Because without hygienic condition, it will cause a lot of harm in the woman's system. Yes, so we teach them also on how to take care of the reusable part, because you use it as often as possible.
All right. So when you have these community discussions, how is the reaction? Do they feel shy? Do they embrace it? Do they? You know, young girls, they be like.
I remember our previous outreach. That was last year. We commemorated the Women's Hygiene Day at the Bokova community, and when we went there, I showed them the T-shirt. I asked them to read.
They read it.
They did not read it loudly. And I asked them to read. I went to one lady, read it. She read it. Hello, I'm menstruating. I asked her, can you boldly stand when you're menstruating and tell the public that I am menstruating? She said, no, auntie, no. And when I began to ask them some technical question about menstruation, they were like shying away, and you see they will laugh and put their head under the chair and so on. So from the beginning, we discovered that they were like being shy, but as we were going towards the education and towards the outreach program, it became so much alive, and they were so interested, and they were asking, when are you people coming again, and so on. So that's
all of that, you notice it in communities. All right, our guest is on it, Udalin Favor Doa. She is the Chief Executive Officer of Women and the Girl Child Empowerment, WACSE, with head office here in Boya. And she is our guest on the Sister Circle today, where we are talking about women's mental health and mood swings during menstruation. I want to take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with the discussion. Udalin, let's sip a cup of coffee. We'll be right back.
All right.
Looking for a powerful way to make your business stand out? Want your products and services to reach thousands of people every single day? Welcome to Royal Advertising Agency, your mobile publicity powerhouse. With our fully equipped advertising van fitted with high-quality speakers, we take your message directly to the streets, directly to the people, directly to your customers. From busy markets to neighborhoods, junctions, events, and business areas, we move around town broadcasting your adverts loud and clear, creating massive visibility for your brand. And that's not all. Our advertising van also comes with strategic spaces for posters, banners, and flyers, turning every movement into a moving billboard for your business. Need more impact? Our energetic promotional team is ready to distribute flyers hand to hand across town, helping your brand connect directly with the public. We offer free business consultancy, audio and video spot production, graphic designs of all types. Whether you're promoting a new product, announcing an event, running a campaign, or growing your business, Royal Advertising Agency is your trusted partner for effective outdoor publicity. Don't just advertise, dominate the streets with visibility. Call now 670-743-034. Royal Advertising Agency, taking your business everywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the second segment of the Sister Circle. The Sister Circle comes up every Tuesday, 2 to 3 p.m. on Royal Television. On the Sister Circle, we discuss issues about girls, issues about women. And this is the month of May, We are using this month to create awareness about menstrual hygiene management, because menstrual hygiene or menstrual hygiene day is observed on the 28th of May every year. So on the sister circle, and menstruation is something that has to do with women and the girl child, I decided to bring today the Chief Executive Officer of Women and the Girl Child Empowerment, Favor Ndoa Udalin. I've turned the name. Udalin Favor Ndoa. She is our guest on the sister circle today. You're welcome back.
Thank you so much, Mafri.
I told our listeners, our viewers, that we went for a short coffee break. Hope you enjoyed your coffee.
I did.
On Royal Television.
Oh, I did.
And we are talking about women's mental health and mood swings during menstruation. We've talked a lot. I want us to talk about self-care strategies.
Okay.
Because in as much as the men are there to help, the boys, the neighbors, the colleagues, the family, how should you as that woman take care of yourself? What strategies can you put in to work on your mental health, especially as it comes to your mood swinging during your cycle?
Okay, I think that's a very peculiar creation, because the truth there is that what I've come to realize is women, let me not even talk about the girls, women that have been menstruating for some time, they really don't know more about menstruation. They just know that menstruation is all about a monthly something, and when it comes, you have to patch yourself and so on. But there are a lot of things that women don't know. They don't know what to take, what to consume, and what not to consume.
What to
during
do,
that,
what not to do.
During that period, what are the things that you're supposed to do, and what are the things that you are not supposed to do? Now, I think for you to manage, one of the way, or some of the ways in which you can manage yourself during this period is, firstly, you have to first of all know the kind of food that you consume during menstruation. You have to know the kind of things that you consume. Like I always advise my girls, during menstruation, it is always advisable to take more of fruits.
Exactly.
Especially this watermelon. Yes, watermelon. You take a lot of fruits.
Hydrate yourself.
Yes, take a lot of fruits, drink a lot of water, and eat a lot of vegetable, because you are losing blood.
Exactly.
And definitely the vegetable there is there to replenish back the blood that you are losing. So it is very bad. There are some people, when they are on their menses, they just eat anyhow, and they avoid instead to what they are supposed to take, and they instead go for the things that they are not supposed to take. And I always advise, especially the young ones, I tell them, like one time I had a small, she was on her period. I knew that she was on her period, and I saw her consuming sugary food. Even sugary food too, I'm coming on that. She was consuming a foolery, very cold, with ice. Yes, very cold. And when I asked her, why are you consuming, she said there's too much heat, she needs to calm down her or whatsoever. So those are the kind of things that girls have to avoid. Taking cold things, consuming cold things, cold water, because when you consume those things like that, you discover that most of the time when you're menstruating, you start having clot of blood, and those things are not healthy. And also, it is good for us to avoid sugary things like you have mentioned, eating or consuming things that have a lot of sugar.
The soda drinks that we take at times.
We need to avoid all those things. We need to avoid them. And now, we need to do a lot of exercises.
All right.
Why do we do exercises during our menstrual flow? Especially those who are experiencing mood swings, those who are emotionally traumatized and so on. At times when your brain is being worked up, or let's say you're doing an exercise, you are running, you are jogging, you discover that your brain already is focusing just on that exercise. But if you're sharing or you're running away from exercises, you discover that you will make you to that's why they always say an idle man is a devil's workshop.
Yes.
It's always good to indulge yourself into exercises. When we talk about exercises, not just only jogging, nor running, even at home.
Like just walk around the compound.
Good. Like I said, when I was at the age of 15, 16, when I was menstruating, when it's morning, I always like to to stay in the bed. But I think that's not the best solution. It's always good to do.
We didn't know at that time.
Yes.
That's why over time the education has been there for young girls to get this awareness.
It's always good for us to get into exercise, get something doing, even at home, in the office, wherever you find yourself. Menstruation is not a limitation. It didn't come with limitations. Menstruation, when you're menstruating, you can do every other thing as you, as a normal person. You should not like stigmatizing yourself or making yourself that you cannot do it because no, I will not be able to do it. No, but when you're doing all those things, you discover that your mind, you will not be focusing on all those things that will disturb your mind psychologically, or even the mood swing stuff. The thing will shy away and you will not experience it. Yeah, so those are some of the things that we need to involve into. We should not just like stay in a one position or in the same spot, and we just want to be, when we avoid all the exercises and we consume things that we are not supposed to consume. We discover that there will be more harm than good during our menstrual flow.
All right, Yudaline, thank you so much for that education. And it's about lifestyle changes, what to eat, what not to eat, and in order to remain strong, to manage that mood swings during your menstrual flow. So let's talk about, assuming in the course of that time, 3 to 5 days, someone still have the mental health issues. So what can we do? How can that person seek the stages, or how can the person seek professional help to manage mental health during that period? Is there a way out?
Okay, yeah. If there is a way, like let's say, for example, I've cited some of the ways in which we can manage ourselves to avoid mood swings and mental health. If you find yourself as a woman, as a young girl, you're still experiencing all those mood swings, no matter what you do, even being engaged into exercises, you are avoiding what not to eat, but yet
eat your fruits, your vegetables, yet your mood is still swinging.
I think there you need a professional help. You need to meet
a therapist.
Yes, you need to meet a therapist, and you need to meet your doctor. That is why it's always good as a woman to have your doctor.
Yes.
Yes, it's always good to have your doctor. Whereas if there's some things, abnormalities that happens in your health, it's always good to meet the doctor. And in this aspect, it's good to meet a therapist. We should not be shy away. We should not be afraid that meeting a therapist,
I have a problem.
No. It's always good to meet a therapist, because when you meet a therapist, the therapist will tell you exactly what to do, and maybe they can prescribe what to take and what not to take. I think they have a very significant role to play with people who are experiencing such.
All right. Thank you so much for that. So I want us to help members of the public. You know, when it comes to menstruation and words that we use, at times I spoke with one man some time ago, and he said, this one at in pidgin, this one a menstruation too. And I just called, I don't know that thing get us in worry in my head. And I asked him, how should we call it? He said no. He used to, when he was like in communities, others who like they have a way they call it. Better say flow. Bra, go. So I want to ask if you use it in your community outreach to young girls, that if you don't want to say menstruation because of the stigma that has to do with it, what words do you use to make someone know that this is actually what is happening to you now? Bra.
Madam Frida, the truth is that
yes,
I don't see any reason why
we should shy
away, or I will meet you and tell them, my Frida, bra in a public, that bra, so that I don't want someone to understand. Why should I be?
That the word in itself scares
No,
people.
It should not scare us. Yes. I will say that's why it's written here in the t-shirt. Hello, I am menstruating.
Yes.
Let the world know that I am menstruating. That if you are not menstruating, means that you are not a woman.
Yes.
Yes. So when we get to the community, I always talk about menstruation. There's no other words that I use. Either menstruation, period flow. There's nothing.
The Russian flag. Flying the Russian flag.
There's nothing like how we used to grow. We call him bra and so on. No, I don't call him bra when we are in the community.
Exactly.
We call it
the way it should be
called.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's it.
All right, I wanted to talk a little bit about Wax again, and this is the month where you carry out activities to empower girls and women. What is Wax planning this time around?
All right. Waxel, we are planning, like I said, we are planning to carry an outreach in Trusted Creative, my nursery and primary school, directly opposite G&G restaurant. For those who really love to partner, to support, because we are planning to educate. I have some health personnel that they will be there.
Okay.
That would talk about menstrual hygiene, because this year's theme, like I said, is empowerment through menstrual hygiene. So this year's theme is emphasizing more on the importance of menstruation or menstrual hygiene, and to eradicate the stigma that surrounds menstruation. So health personnel, obviously, they are going to be there to talk to these younger, especially those that have not started menstruating.
Yes.
I believe this is
okay. You bring as any the young girls as young as they can come.
Good.
Okay, you say nursery and the primary school.
Yes, yes, young girls. Let's say from class 4 to class 6.
That should be like age 7.
Yes.
7 to 9, 10.
They should have the knowledge already about menstruation.
Okay.
Yes, let me not say we were quite unfortunate.
Maybe we're not
while we were young. We were not like
it came like magic.
Like I myself, I cannot really tell how I started
and how you managed
how I managed it. It's just God, like seriously. So young girls should be really like appraising or thanking God.
Yes,
because there are NGOs, there are associations, there are organizations that they are coming in to educate young girls on menstrual hygiene management.
This generation is blessed.
Yes, it's a blessed generation, because I remember while we were growing, there was nowhere, even in church, you hardly. And I really want to emphasize on this aspect. Churches also to take it into consideration to start creating time to educate young girls and women on menstrual hygiene. Church is a place, it's a spiritual place, but as more as we go there to gain spiritual knowledge, it is also good for platforms like this to be raised, maybe during
10-15 minutes, just have a talk about
it. Women, we have women groups in churches. They should come up with menstrual talks, menstruation talks, to educate the church, educate the community, even families. I know a mother is watching me, a young girl is watching me, a father, a brother, or whoever you are. It is not a taboo for you to educate that younger, that sister of yours. It is not a taboo for you as a mother to educate your young girl or your girls about menstruation. When we begin to educate them, we'll discover that the world will be very, very easy when it comes to menstrual hygiene management.
Exactly.
Because if these young girls are not been managing their menstruation, a lot of
nature will blame some of us for
a lot of complications
yes.
will occur why they're big or mature and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So when we start educating our young girls,
as young as they are, for them to start knowing about it.
Do you know in those days our forefathers, they were using plantain leaf?
You can imagine
to pat themselves. And just imagine all those things. So
we thank God first for technology. We thank God for growth and everything. And at times, I remember when we were in secondary school, there was a time some teachers tried to, but they will not have a conversation in the classroom. Mm-hmm. They will not come to a classroom where we have boys, we have girls, and throw it there that girls know that at this stage of your life you can have this. Counselor will call you and talk to you. So when the counselor was calling us one after the other, that's when I discovered that's what she wanted to say. I was like, but then we didn't know that this can be discussed in public. So we thank God for WAXE and other NGOs that have come out to make it open, to make members of the public know that this is not a taboo subject. Anywhere, anytime, anyhow, you can talk about it. So let's continue with your Trust Tech outreach that is coming up.
Yeah, like I said, we are planning to educate the young girls on how to empower them through menstrual hygiene. Like I said, we are out to empower young girls, not just only related to skills acquisition or to generate income, but also when it comes to health. We have to educate them that day, and we have to distribute sanitary pads to these young girls, and we have to teach them whether they are menstruating or they are not menstruating. Everybody is going to receive a pad. They are going to receive pads. So we are calling on the public. We are calling for well-wishers or whoever
who is interested.
If you want to partner with us, you want to support us, this initiative.
A part can help a girl child.
A part, one girl, one part.
Exactly.
Just a part can help a girl. So you are very, very welcome to partner with us, to contact us, to be with us, so that this day will be a great day, a memorable day for our youngest, our women out there, because they are also going, my colleagues, they are women, they are also going to be there, and they are going to gain some knowledge about menstrual hygiene management. There are some things that we think we know too much. I myself, maybe that day, I will have to learn something that day,
something new and something different.
So nobody knows it all. Every day we are learning.
We learn every day.
Every day, yeah.
For example, the cold water point you raised here, someone somewhere maybe did not know, but today the person knows that when you're on your period, avoid cold things, avoid sugary things. So there's no problem for us to have your contacts. Someone somewhere is listening and may want to learn.
My contact is very okay. If you want to contact me in any related to this, my contact is 673-514571. I go again, 673-514571. You can contact me through calls or through WhatsApp. I will gladly welcome you. Thank you.
All right, she is the Chief Executive Officer of Women and the Girl Child Empowerment, WACSE, with head office here in Boya, Udalin Favor, Ndoa. You will not go yet. We want to ask the way forward. Okay. This is May, Menstrual Hygiene Management Month.
Yeah.
After that, what will WACSE be doing to empower the girls? This is the sister circle.
Okay.
We talk about women empowerment. So we've talked about menstruation now because it's May.
It's May,
May will come to an end. What is WACSE planning ahead?
All right, thank you so much. Oh, WACSE, Women and the Girl Child Empowerment. We are not just focusing just only on menstruation or well menstrual hygiene day. We have other things that we get into, like Women and the Girl Child Empowerment. We are out to put an end to gender-based violence.
Okay.
Yes, we realize that when we talk about gender-based violence, since we are women empowerment, we are an organization focusing on women, but we are not driving away men, or we are not scaring men away. We are just trying to, because we discover that women are the weaker vessel, women are vulnerable. When people hear about women empowerment, they always feel like a woman, they always have a negative perspective,
as though empowering the woman is telling the woman that they can upper hand.
I'm telling you, I have many male friends that they are like, this are women, they are women empowerment in this way. I don't really like.
When I go
we are not out to take the place of a man. We are out to empower a woman
and support the man.
And to support the man. And because we understand that we women, we are the weaker vessel. Like when we talk about the gender-based violence, it's coming up in November, where it's a 16 days activism where we create awareness to put an end to gender-based violence, where women are struggling to, when we talk about women fighting your rights or struggling to identify your rights, we are not taking the place of a man. The Bible created a man and he created a woman.
Exactly.
Definitely a woman have a say. When God created man, he said a man is the head of the family.
Exactly.
And a woman had to submit. And under submission, there is a role you're playing in your home.
Sure.
There's a role you're playing in a society. So women and the girl child empowerment, like I said, we are out to bring out the best from women. Exactly. There are women, young girls, that they have hidden potentials in them. And when we are living in a very kind of a tense environment, the truth is that hidden potential will never be unveiled. Now, if you're living in a place where you're being assaulted, you're being abused sexually, emotionally, physically, and there is nothing good that you do that maybe that person beside you will always appreciate it. But now, when you come to women and the girl child empowerment, we are here to bring out the best in women, and we are here to put an end to gender-based violence on women and girls, because we know that women are the weaker vessels. And we also commemorate the International Day of the Girl Child.
That's October,
that's October 11.
Exactly.
We always commemorate this day. We move to schools, we move to communities, we educate them. there when we talk about young girls even from 5 years,
Yeah,
we train them. Like I remember one time we went to Modeka, we trained them on how to produce or how to design this Ankara stuff, earrings, bags, chain.
Imagine a child does that and sells.
Good.
500, 200 francs, enough money that can help.
Yeah.
Within
so
the family.
When we commemorate this International Day of the Girl Child, now we start making that girl child to understand who she is as a woman
as
growing
young
up.
As she is.
Yes, and we make sure we train them on a particular skill. And as you're growing up, you should know that these skills is not something that you should joke with.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is it.
That's the way forward. Those are some of the activities WACSE will be doing aside from hello, I am menstruating.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Yudaline Favon Doa, CEO of WACSE, for being guest on the Sister Circle today. But before you go, we want you to give your last word. We're talking about women's mental health and mood swings during menstruation. Just give the women some lines that will keep them thinking about WACSE all the time and the Sister Circle.
All right. My take back home message to young girls and women out there is you should see menstruation as a dignity. You should embrace your menstruation when you're menstruating, wherever you find yourself. You should never be shy away, especially young girls. Wherever you are, if they ask who is menstruating,
raise your hand.
Raise your hand up and say, I am menstruating.
With all pride and confidence.
With all pride. Whether you're walking, you're in the midst of boys, you're in the midst of men, you should never shy when it comes to menstruation. Because if you are not menstruating, it means that there is a problem. With you. And also, talking to the men also, I just want to plead with the men, with the boys, that we should not stigmatize the women.
The women.
But rather, let's join hands together and help these women and girls during their menstrual flow. Let's support them. And women also, during your menstruation, one thing that you have to know is you have to know the kind of pants that you should use. Most especially the cotton pants. There are some women that when you're menstruating, they just use any kind of pants, which is, do you know that there are some ladies that when they are menstruating, they use this pants they call strings? Yes, there are girls that when they are menstruating.
Do you demonstrate using strings? You don't. So how do they manage it?
I'm telling you.
Should that be a discussion for another day or today?
I think it should be a discussion for another day. So women should know exactly what to use and what not to use during, because that's a very, very peculiar, a very, very dedicated period in your life that you should not like mismanage it. You have to manage your menstrual flow. So our men, our brothers, let's come together to support women and girls while they are menstruating. And fathers, don't forget to always educate. It's not just the place of a mother to educate their girls on menstruation. Fathers, we have a place. You have a place also. Even if you don't know, we thank God for technology. We have AI. We can Google search on how to teach the young girls on how to take care of yourself. Even you, the husband, you can teach your woman on how to take care of herself during her menstrual flow. So it is not a taboo. So it is something very, very natural. And we should also normalize talking publicly about menstruation in schools. We should normalize talking about it. We should not like shy away from it. That no, we should not say it in the public. Let's normalize talking about menstruation so that we'll come out from this stigma. There's a lot of stigma when it comes to menstruation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Yudaline Favon Doa, CEO of WACSE, and she's been guest on the Sister Circle today. Remember, the Sister Circle comes up every Tuesday, 2 to 3 p.m. on Royal Television in Boya. Today we talked about women's mental health and mood swings during menstruation. We got a lot from her, and she says what we should take back home is that women carry the badge of menstruation as an honor. Take it as your pride, take it as an honor, and wear the badge, because it is an honor as a woman to have that period within her circle. Thank you so much once more, Yudaline, for being there. When should we expect you again on the Sister Circle?
Well, as the Lord will permit.
As the Lord will permit.
Yeah.
And have a lovely day.
Thank you so much, and you too.
This is where we put a cap on today's edition of the Sister Circle. Catch you next week, same time, same channel for another fresh edition. Until then, from us to you, we love you and stay safe. Bye-bye. Bye.
It was a big one.